Hi, my name is Russell. I'm the General Manager of Product and Emerging Technology for Quanton, and I want to share with you today how we are using automation to help look after our own team in a way that also has real relevance to business compliance. We are de-risking a potential health and safety issue and supporting the mental and emotional well-being of our staff. The automation use case is a process that sends an email to all of our staff daily and surveys our team with 4 basic questions around their health status in relation to coronavirus and their mental and emotional well-being. At the end of the day, the survey results are summarised and sent as a report to our leadership team. I'm going to share some more details on the process and share a quick demonstration. Before I do that though, I want to take a step back and talk about why processes like this are important. One example I want to point to is around the health and safety and well-being of our staff. As a result of the NZ government measures, businesses have undertaken a big shift from working in centralised offices to dispersed and remote working. At least for the short term, many of us will continue working through remote working arrangements, meaning that our homes are now places of work. For many businesses, all of our business processes are based around the current way of working, namely centralised working in an on-premise office. Our homes are now also places of work, and businesses must consider how they meet compliance and legislative obligations throughout this period. We have to recognise that current processes that underpin our businesses don't necessarily support dispersed and remote working arrangements. As we look at our business processes, we have a unique opportunity to consider how we reshape process execution, especially for non-value-added tasks. So let's take a look at the process we automated. So this process for us is built inside UiPath. The process here, this is the process flow in the back end. In this case, we are going to initiate the process manually for the purposes of demonstration. So you see we've kicked the process off. And the process in the background will be gathering the information and the assets that it requires. So what it's now doing is starting Microsoft Forms and getting the survey ready for today. So this here is the email that I received this morning. As a staff member, I click on the link, and this is what's opened up in my web browser. Do I have any symptoms of coronavirus? Not today. Have I been in contact with any persons confirmed with coronavirus? Not today. I guess these are the 2 health and safety questions. How am I feeling? And this is starting to step into emotional well-being. I'm feeling pretty good today. Is there anything else that would support me today? And number one, these are simple questions, but they very quickly are going to identify where potential issues are and where resources and effort and time have to be directed to check up on people. The other thing that we have to consider, around an initiative like this is people can be very isolated when they're at home, and we may not understand the environments people are at home. Someone could be in an unsafe or an unhealthy environment. This necessarily provides them a channel to reach out where they might not otherwise have that. So next, let's take a look at some of the reporting that's being summarised for us. I'm back in my emails. The summary report is emailed to me at 9:49 a.m. every morning, thereabouts. So again, this is all automated. There is no manual person or involvement here. The summary report is saved into a server location and it's emailed to the entire leadership team. So we're a smaller business relative to larger corporates, but if I think about this in the context of a big business, sometimes there are up to 5 layers of hierarchy from a C-suite down to a frontline staff member. Ultimately, it's those senior staff who are accountable for everyone inside their line of business, but they don't necessarily have direct visibility of those staff or direct contact with those staff. So this is starting to provide a good high level of oversight. So this is the Excel spreadsheet, and what I think the first thing I'd point out, and if I put this in context, we implemented this process in probably 1.5 business days. So the focus for us wasn't slick and tidy and perfect reporting. It was to a degree that the information we required would be available and easy for us to access and use. This is a summary, and you can see, number one, it's tracking all of our staff, and number two, we've got the daily results by date. And what that also enables is we can monitor trends over time. So we can see here that we did have a staff member who at one point and was lower off in the staff wellbeing ratings, but for the better part, most of our staff have been emotionally and mentally well during this period. So this is a very quick visual tool that tells us, in general, our staff are happy and well when we're not necessarily in a position to engage with them to the degree we would if we were in the office. The other thing we've got is a history of all of our daily results. So again, we're starting to step back into, if I could come back from a business perspective, that health and safety piece, where if a business was ever audited and had to say, asked, how did you look after your staff during this period? This is an auditable response that said, this is how we were engaging with them, and this is the responses that we were getting back. And in these cases, we had no reason for concern. And in these cases, alerts and alarms were raised, and so we went and then responded to a certain person in a certain way. So if I summarize this, we've shared with you today a process that we're using in our own business to de-risk potential health and safety issues and support the mental and emotional well-being of our staff. The process took us about a day and a half to productionize in our own business. The framework for the process, the base process, was provided free of charge by UiPath. The process uses 3 applications, being email, Microsoft Forms, and Microsoft Excel. It accesses our server environment and our intranet to save the data, and it provides daily reporting. I think that the biggest message that I want to leave anyone who's watching this with is this is an example of one process. The real opportunity, though, is for businesses to consider what changes we will make to our business models to support new ways of working and make sure New Zealand's businesses are resilient and ready to face the challenges of the future.